Hey, good morning, Thursday, beautiful morning. Slight overcast here, but it looks like it's going to burn off. I don't know, might have a little bit of rainish actionish here today. Let me see, get you a look out there. Oh, I've done this the last couple of days, like you guys need to see the sky here, but there we go. We got a little bit of overcast, but beautiful day, gorgeous day so far. Up early. What do you think's the first thing I did this morning? First thing, very first thing. I'm going to give somebody a guess, and my good friends out there know. What's the first? Good morning, Richard. Good morning. What's the first thing Pops did this morning? Take a guess. First thing. First guy to guess. Nope, 50's wrong. Sorry, 50. Actually, I did check my jars a little while ago. Joey got it. Joey got it. That's the first thing I did this morning. I was going to talk about that briefly for a minute because the bed. Good morning. You made it's exactly what we did, Caps, and it's no joke. This morning, I just felt like kind of reminding ourselves on the whole good make the bed thing. Just take 1 minute on that. And I'll tell you why. Because literally yesterday, 2 people made it to class on time. Good morning, Hella. Good morning, sweetie. The bed. 2 people yesterday. DM Pops. And with some congratulations, or at least, not congratulations, what's the right word, but appreciation for the fact that we pushed the bed. I mean, not wakey, you got me there, Canadian. That we pushed make the bed. One of the people, it was really cute, DM said, I bought a new bedspread, a pretty bedspread that I put on my bed. And now I wake up in the morning, I put that pretty bedspread on, and it sets my day off. And I'm not even joking. These basic, tiny little acts like that can do that. Like when every time she goes down the hall or goes to at the other end of the house, you poke your head in the room. It's a bright room, got a pretty bedspread. It's all made. You're done. You're moving on to the rest of your morning. I love it. I don't do a pretty bedspread. Mine's all military looking with hospital corners on my bed. But I like that. I like that a lot. And you know what you should do? You know what I was thinking on my guest bed here when I have somebody come over for a guest bed? Instead of putting a little goodie, a candy on the pillow, I'm going to put a little mushroom on the pillow for the guests. What do you think of that? So please remember to make your beds. This is basic, really basic. We're out of them. We don't need to get back in them. And back to the bed again. One more thing about the bed. The 45 corners, bro. It just makes me feel strong when my days start straight. I'm not kidding. It's just something I've done since the Marine Corps. Even before my dad. You guys know the story of my dad. The bed. Somebody asked me, Pops, is the reason you make your bed? Is the reason you make your bed in the morning so you can't get back in it? Well, no. No, that's not the reason. Get back in it all you want. Go back, get back in it 20 minutes later if you feel like it. Seaborg, it absolutely counts. If you just take the blanket and throw it in the closet, wrap it up, throw it in the closet, you made the bed. As long as it's not on the couch anymore. No, you can get back in the bed. Nobody said don't get back in bed. Get back in bed all you want. Just make it again when you get out. And what you're going to find out is if you get back in 20 minutes later, and then you get back out, and you have to make it again, pretty soon you stop getting back in bed. If the deal is you got to make it every time you get out, that's the deal, right? You got to make it every time you get out. You stop getting in it, it'll just naturally. Nobody says you can't get in as often as you want. Have fun making your bed all day long. And it's not fun. I mean, you're doing what you're supposed to. You got out of bed, you made it. So we'll talk about that all. Just keep hitting that idea that we make our beds in the morning. It's a good way to start. It's the first positive, and I'm going to say it this way. It's going to come off odd, but it's an incredibly kind act if you think about it. You've put away a chore, you've put away something that's positive and good, and your very first step of the day has been something that's going to make you move forward. Very, very first step of the day. And I'll tell you the final part of it. Here's the best part about it. After doing it for X period of time, you get to turn around and tell someone else, this is what I do, because you do it, and you're really proud of it. You get super proud of it. Man, I make my bed. That's what and you think it's silly. We would teach our kids, make your beds. And then we grow up and we stop making them. We just leave a mess in our rooms and go off and face the day, and you come home and there's a mess in your... No. Make your beds. Okay. All right. Give me 5 make your beds. I want to hear 5 people say, yeah, Pop. Instead of me doing all the talking, you tell them 5 people out there tell us, come on, team. Come on, fam. We're going to make our beds. Jason, you going to make your bed? Mushy Pop, that man's making his bed. Yeah. Let's make your beds. This isn't just me talking to the world out here. You know, trust that rack, Richard. Get that rack, man, ship shape. You got it. See, we all kind of agree with this. So now the commitment to ourself, the personal self-discipline, and it's really cool. Because our character, Kim, you got it. Our character is really basic. What are we doing when nobody else is looking? I could take this camera and I would, but there's something in the room I don't want you guys to see. I could take you in there, and it's a bag of goodies. I could take you in my camera in there right now, and you'd see my bed's made straight as an arrow. And I'd super get proud of that. Like, I stand in front of you, I make my bed, baby. That's what I do. And I know it makes a difference. And my character gets stronger. Okay? My character gets stronger because I have a discipline. It's not a big discipline. I don't work out. I don't go to the gym. I don't do some of these things that other people like just, man, that is a disciplined dude. But I tell you what, that 3 minutes in the morning to make my bed, I'm disciplined. Gosh darn it, I'm as disciplined as the next guy. Okay? Making our beds. Thank you for getting into that with me, you guys. 2 commercials coming up here. Don't ever forget, 1 tub at a time. 1 tub at a time. Don't forget. 2 commercials. Mushy Pop is coming over today. Mushy Pop's going to visit the lab today, and we are going to do stuff. Who knows? We're just going to wing it, play it by ear. We got some supplies down here, some water beads and different things. I've never met this wonderful lady, but she sure seems wonderful. Lives relatively close, so she's going to drive on over, and we are going to have a ball here this afternoon. I know it, and we're going to film it live here, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Whatever we're doing in the lab, the camera will be on, and we'll just be watching us, and hopefully we're having a great time. No question we're going to have a great time, but we'll figure out what we're doing down there. Can only keep my bed made for like 5 minutes before my hairless cat. Good. You know what? That's all right. You made it. You know, and then hairless cat, how cool are they? I've always kind of wanted a hairless cat, but I don't know what my dog would do with mine. Guys, keep making your comments among each other, please. It is the coolest thing in the whole world. That's another DM I get, is the comments that you guys give each other. Man, you're here to see each other. You're here to hang out. You're here to just wake up this morning and be beautiful people and hit this world. That's something we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. Hit this world like we're something different. Like we're something special. Like we get up and make it happen. We get up and we make our beds and we make it happen, okay? Wait till you see these cool readings, okay? Cool readings. But the second commercial, the first commercial was for myself and Mushy Pop doing our deal here today. The second one, and if you remember, we've started a couple of weeks ago our Thursday night live readings out of Radical Mycology book. The Radical Mycology book. So we've been getting stuff ready to read tonight from Radical Mycology, and oh my goodness, Oh, if anybody has the book and is interested, we're going to be on page 180, starting page 180. Let me write that down. And what we're going to be talking about is mushrooms as medicine. It's fascinating. I'm learning so much, just stuff I really didn't know. We'll get to our readings here in a minute, but maybe I can entice you guys to come to this reading tonight, because you're going to find out that there's so many ways to make medicine out of mushrooms. There's, of course, the grind it to microdoses, which we're doing, and that's a standard, and it seems relatively normal. Oh no, there's many other ways, and learning to do these and learning to do them at home is going to make us such a strong community. We're talking about being able to process the mycelium itself to become medicine. We're talking about spawn grain ground down becomes medicine. We're talking about tinctures. We're talking about teas. All of these different things. Who knew? And they're things you can do at home ourselves in an amazing way to process this medicine and get it to be able to be used and dispensed in our community without having to hit the big guys, without having to have one person put a penny in, or put their hand in our pocket and try to take anything from us. So, John, I got this book, Radical Mycology, off of Etsy. There's a publishing company on there that offers this book. It's a $60 book. So it's relatively expensive. It's got everything in it. It won't be the best book for growing, learning. It's old school grow tech, but it is science up the wazoo, and as well as a lot of cultural stuff in there. Yeah, that's the correct. You got it, V Duncan. That is the press. C.H. Theus, worth every penny. So we're going to be on page 180 tonight. It looks like some of you guys got the book, and if you guys will join us, we're going to do some reading there and discuss that mushrooms as medicine. Boom. Is it a big deal? And it's got me motivated because, yeah, Pops has been Mr. Grind for a while. That's not a problem. There are so many other ways to do this. And that's me. Like, I can't sit in front of this camera and pretend I know it all. Half the time, I don't, man. I learn as I go. And boy, am I learning. And blah, blah, blah. It's a lot because of you guys, man. Because I want to be ready and prepared and be a good steward of information and pass it along, facilitate communication. I have to study this stuff. Gosh, am I learning a lot. And I got to thank you guys. Seriously, if there weren't 40 people here right now, who would care? Beautiful stuff. God, thank you. Let's do our readings. And, before we do the readings, Jungle Monkey, you're someone I haven't seen here before. You've probably been here and you're just popping on. By the way, there's a lot of people show up here. They don't put their names up, but later on I'll hear from them or something. So there's a lot of people. Jungle Monkey, I'm going to ask you to do us a favor. You're going to do a giveaway for us. Pick a number between 1 and 50. Write it on a piece of paper. Don't say it yet. You pick a number between 1 and 50, and you write it down on a piece of paper, and I'm going to come back to you, and you're going to do a giveaway. Okay, Jungle Monkey, you sound new to us here. And if you're not, I apologize. And if you are, you better come back. So, Jungle Monkey, can you do that for us? You got it, brother. So put a number down between 1 and 50. We're going to come back to you. Jungle. Okay, that's beautiful. You guys are the best, man. I love you guys. Okay, readings. Beautiful readings. So, Seaborg and Salty on here were willing to do the assignment for the readings yesterday. Beautiful stuff. The stuff just gets better and better, you guys. This stuff just gets better and better because, see, Pop, You know, Jungle. Okay. Um, Seaborg reaches out to me on the DM situation. Let me get the photo up. Excuse me. Um, yeah, Seaborg reaches out, and in his DM, he says, "This is the best homework assignment I've ever had." And I think to myself, you know what? The guy is right. The guy is right because think about this for a second. There's some random guy, there's 40 some of us, random guy at home is spending his time going through all of these beautiful different opportunities to read different things and trying to edit and come up with the one that's going to really make something different for, not for him, for us, for the rest of us. He's sitting there looking at, that's what we're all doing when we do these assignments, but I forget about it. You're sitting at home trying to come up with something that's going to be not impressive, something that's working, something that means something to you, but you know it's going to mean something to the other 50, 70, 100 people that are going to watch this today live, let alone how many are going to watch the tape. And you're sitting there doing that, and it's not for you. It's for them. You talk about, and he says that's the best homework assignment ever. You better believe that's a homework assignment that you're going to like. How could you not? So that blessed me even that you said that. You know, and we don't want to call it work, homework, home play, whatever you want to call it. Man, that just saying that reminded me how cool it is what we're doing here. How cool that is what we're up to. Seaborg, nice stuff. I'm going to read Salty's first, and then we're going to hit Seaborg's. Salty sent in something that, again, here you guys are making me go to work, making Pops learn, okay? Salty veteran sends in something really cool, super cool. I had to read it a couple of times so I don't completely blow it as I'm reading it to you guys. Salty sent in a poem and a letter that Jack Kerouac wrote to his wife. Jack Kerouac, just very brief, was a very impactful character on the American literature scene and even American radical culture scene, late 50s, early 60s. He wrote a book called On the Road and became instantly popular in 1958. He was kind of a nobody up until then, a college student, kind of a dropout. Wrote this book, and it just took off. And he actually was one of the fathers of the beatnik generation. And the beatniks were a precursor to the hippies. And the beatniks were basically, after World War II, and looking to not be all strung out and worried about politics and worrying about just looking for a way to take it easy in culture. Beatniks were way into jazz. Jazz was their thing. And being cool. Glasses on, striped shirts, hanging out, cigarette out of the corner of your mouth. Be cool. Cool was the beatnik scene. Jack Kerouac was in the cool scene. But unfortunately, within 12 years of his writing the book, here's the object lessons for all of us in this stuff. Within 12 years of writing the book, the guy's dead from alcoholism. Couldn't handle the fame, couldn't handle the fortune. Didn't know, a brilliant mind, great writer. Dead in way before his time, and just pressure and just not handling, just being human. So Kerouac, incredible. And then the beatniks were the precursor to the hippies. The hippies took it to another level. They got real public with their hippiness, got into their thing was rock and roll. There was a lot of culture going on in all of this, but fascinating. And because of this reading, I got to learn more about all of that. Thank you. Poem by Jack Kerouac. The world you see is just a movie in your mind. Rocks don't see it. Bless and sit down, forgive and forget. Practice kindness all day to everybody, and you will realize you're already in heaven now. That's the story. That's the message. Nobody understands it. Nobody listens. They're all running around like chickens with heads cut off. I will teach it, but it will be in vain. So while I'll end up in a shack praying and being cool and singing by my wood stove making pancakes, the world you see is just a movie in your mind. This is good reading. Practice kindness every day. No, practice kindness all day to everybody. And you will realize you're already in heaven now. So we're going to get moving here. The next one, the poem. That was the poem. Here's a letter, accompanying letter more or less, that he wrote to his wife. Really, really neat. I have a lot of things to teach you now, in case we ever meet, concerning the message that was transmitted to me under a pine tree in North Carolina on a cold winter moonlit night. It said that nothing ever happened, so don't worry. It's all like a dream. Everything is ecstasy inside. We just don't know it because of our thinking minds. But in our true blissful essence of mind is known that everything is all right forever and forever and forever. Close your eyes. Let your hands and nerve ends drop. Stop breathing for 3 seconds. Listen to the silence inside the illusion of the world, and you will remember the lesson you forgot, which was taught in an immense Milky Way soft cloud innumerable worlds long ago, and not even at all. I call it the golden eternity. It is perfect. We were never really born. We will never really die. It has nothing to do with the imaginary idea of a personal self, other selves, many selves everywhere. Self is only an idea, a mortal idea. That which passes through everything is one thing. It's a dream already ended. There's nothing to be afraid of and nothing to be glad of. I know this from staring at mountains, months on end. They will never show any expression. They are like empty spaces, which is the one universal essence of our mind. The vast awakenhood, empty and awake, will never crumble away because it was never born. Jack Kerouac. Wow. Self is only, here's the whole thing in here. Self is only an idea. It's an idea. We're a perception of ourselves at the end of the day. We're really a perception of ourselves. Who do you perceive yourself to be? Who do we perceive ourselves to be? I'm going to do a quick aside, and then we're going to go over to this other story. And this one came from Seaboard, by the way. This other thing I'm going to tell you. You got boiling water, right? We have boiling water. Boop! We're going to take 3 pans. That's good, Richard. I'm going to take 3 pans of boiling water. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 3 pans, all boiling water. We're going to drop a potato in one. We're going to drop an egg in one. And we're going to drop some coffee beans in one. We're going to let them all boil for the exact same amount of time. And then we're going to stop, take them all out, pour the water out, and we're going to look at the potato. The potatoes have gotten soft and mushy. And the egg, it got hard, turned into a hard-boiled egg. And the coffee, you know what the coffee did? It changed the water. It turned the water brown and changed the flavor and changed the water completely. The other 2 ingredients didn't do anything to the water. The water did it to them. The boiling water made you either soft and mushy. The boiling water made you a hard-boiled egg. Or the boiling water, you changed it. You, the coffee bean, changed the flavor of the water. Same boiling water, same issue we all faced. Which were you? Were you the potato? Were you the egg? Or were you the coffee bean? You get to decide. You're in the boiling water. I want to be a coffee bean, baby. I feel like being a coffee bean. I'm going to change the water. I'm going to change the flavor. If I'm in a boiling situation, let's figure it out. It's not going to make me hard, and it's not going to make me soft. Okay, that's it, Salty. We're going to be coffee beans all day long. Coffee beans for the win. Same situation, same boiling water. Okay? The espresso bean here. Will's an espresso bean. Pick the bean you want to be. You get a bean. Just don't be a potato or an egg. It's a choice. It's so beautiful that we know that we get to choose these things. Sometimes we need this stuff like this morning to remind ourselves. That's all. We're pals reminding each other. I have a pal watches us every morning. He's, thank gosh for him. There was some financial thing I was supposed to take care of last week. I didn't. He wrote me this week and he goes, you said you were going to do it. You're now accountable to me. Get it done. Okay. Jeez, all right. Monday afternoon, man, I write to him, bro, I got it done. Accountability. Find a pal, find a friend, somebody that cares enough about you to make sure you're accountable. You know what the first thing you should be accountable to for? Did you make your bed? Find somebody to check on you for a while, make sure that you're doing it. Then, okay, we know you're making your bed. Now what's the next thing you want to be accountable to? Because that habit's good. But accountability is a really, really mature thing to have. It builds character. Somebody that you tell somebody you're going to do it. Guess what? I tell myself I'm going to do stuff, and sometimes I don't. I tell my buddy I'm going to do something. That's a whole nother game. Here we go. Beautiful. So Seaborg, with the best homework that he's ever done, love you, Seaborg, sent this in. This is from Thought Catalog online. There was some 17 or so stories, thought-provoking stories. Really hard, really hard to pick between these because they're all so good. But he picked this particular one. And gosh darn it, I just want to read it to you. So, it's called Damaged Souls Still Have Worth. A shop owner placed a sign above his door that said, "Puppies for sale." Signs like this always have a way of attracting young children, and to no surprise, a boy saw the sign and approached the owner. "How much are you going to sell the puppies for?" he asked. The store owner replied, "Anywhere from $30 to $50. The little boy pulled out some change from his pocket. "I have $2.37, he said. "Can I please look at them?" The shop owner smiled and whistled, and out of the kennel came Lady, who ran down the aisle of his shop, followed by 5 teeny tiny balls of fur. One puppy was lagging considerably behind. Immediately, the little boy singled out the lagging, limpy puppy and said, "What's wrong with that little dog?" The shop owner explained that the veterinarian had examined the little puppy and had discovered it didn't have a hip socket. It would always limp. It would always be lame. The little boy became excited. "That's the puppy I want to buy." The shop owner said, "No, you don't want to buy that little dog. If you really want him, I'll just give him to you." The little boy got quite upset. He looked right into the store owner's eyes, pointing his finger at him and said, "I don't want you to give him to me. That little dog is worth every bit as much as all the other dogs, and I'll pay full price. In fact, I'll give you the $2.37 now and 50 cents a month until I have him paid in full." The shop owner countered, "You really don't want to buy this little dog. He is never going to be able to run and jump and play with all the other little puppies." To his surprise, the little boy reached down and rolled up his pant leg and revealed a badly twisted, crippled left leg supported by a big metal brace. He looked up at the shop owner and softly said, "Well, I don't run so well myself, and the puppy will need somebody who understands." This one made me cry when I read it yesterday. I'm making sure I don't cry right now. I literally cried after this one. Old Seaborg got me. The little boy wants that other puppy. He's going to take care of the good. They're going to take care of that puppy. They're going to take care of each other. They understands. Man, this stuff's good. Because guess what? We're all like that. I got a broken hip, man. My hip isn't so good. Man, give me a second. Seaborg, you got me. Give me a second. Man. See, we're all that puppy. We're all that puppy. Every one of us. Every one of us. We wouldn't be here today if we weren't that puppy. Yeah, you got me, bro. That little boy, that's who I want to be. That little boy, that's who we want to be. And there's all kinds of puppies out there. I call them giraffes. Okay? That right there, I don't know why it got me so much. And maybe just because I'm sharing it, I really, you guys matter to me. But that little boy, that's who you want to be. You take your infirmities, you take the things that aren't working so well, the things that are broken. They're not broken, man. That little puppy's going to have the most blessed life. You think that puppy's not going to have a blessed life? Yeah, that little puppy's going to be, woo-hoo! What a blessed little. And in this story, can you imagine that little boy? My dog is so important to me. He's silly, but he's my best friend. He's my pal. He's got a pal now that they're twins. They know exactly what's going on for each other. Geez, Seaborg. Love's all you need. They just care about each other now. Those two are going to be, what a pair they'll be. I guarantee it. Right? Mushies agrees. Yours is all our dogs. We know how our dogs are. They love us to death. And this guy picked the right dog for him. I'll tell you that. So knock it off. We have, gosh, that was good, Seaborg. And so was So was yours, Salty. Really good readings this morning. There's good stuff. My dog has no idea he's a dog. I know our dogs have, no, our dogs don't know. Our dogs think that it's all about them. And they don't even take that back. They don't think it's all about them. They're happy to give it all to you. You know what my sister once told me? My older sister passed away. I'll give you, this is a neat one. Her and her husband had the most amazing relationship. They never fought, they were amazing together. And I asked her one time, sis, how do you guys get along so well? And she said, I love him like a dog. I'm like, what do you mean you love your husband like a dog? That doesn't sound very good. She goes, no, think about it. She goes, when your dog does a doo-doo on the carpet, you get mad, you might spank it, throw it outside, whatever you do to the dog, it did something wrong. But tomorrow, you're not yelling at the dog again for that doo-doo it left on the carpet yesterday or last week or last month. You've moved on. You don't hold it against the dog. But we sure hold it against our partners. We sure hold it against our partners. Remember when you doo-dooed on the carpet 3 months ago? But you've forgiven the dog. You know what I mean? How we forgive our dogs for the acts, but we can't forgive the human that's our best friend. Yeah, and the dog never holds it against us when we discipline them correctly. If my wife grabs on the cart, we're gonna get help. Yeah, you get the idea, Grippy. You get the idea, okay? Think of it when we're, those things that we hold against each other, we don't against our dogs. So love them like your dog. What's this John's doing? He's locking his wife and the dog in the trunk of your car for now and see which one still loves you. Okay, guys, I love your guys' comments. I'm glad I can't read them all the time. You guys are hilarious. So, that's who we want to be. We want to be people more like, that was my sister's concept. If I can forgive my dog, I can forgive my husband. So, makes it brutal. Glad to see you. We had a great reading with you the other day. You weren't here, and we talked about you and your friend, and nice to see you. Okay, Louis, you're right. We all have that little boy in our life, that little boy inside of us. Inside of us. Jungle, are we ready for your giveaway? I'm going to do your giveaway. Jungle, don't say the number yet. Don't say the number. Sister's here with all of us. What a great, yeah, Salty. I've taken that on to my own relationships. Okay, I'm fine. We're going to start our numbers up. Jungle, don't say anything till I come to you for it. Okay? Good job. All right, numbers starting now. 1 to 50, closest without going over. Closest without going over. And then we'll close it soon and we'll turn to Jungle and find out what number he had. Boop, boop, boop. I cannot wait to send this off. And you guys know for a fact that when you give me a DM with your address, about 15 minutes later, you get a tracking number. Am I right? I'm right. So the numbers are flying. I don't care how many there are. It's all good. We're going to end up with Jungle's going to tell us. Okay. Yes, help. I'm telling you this. I had my supplement this morning, and I feel wonderful. And I cried in front of you guys over this great dog story. Okay, let's give me 5 closes. We have enough numbers flying. We probably covered every one. Give me 5 closes, team. We know how this works. 5 closes. Vote and close. We got 1 close, 2 close. 2 closes so far. 3 closes. 3 closes. Otherwise, we got 4 closes. Okay, 5 closes. Boom. We're closing it at Kim Cool's 22. There's a bunch of closes right after her. So 22, Kim, last number. Now we turn to Jungle, and we asked Jungle what the number was. Jungle says it was 40. Okay. So, Jungle, you did good, man. Thank you, bro. You did good. So, did anybody get a 40? I'm not going to scroll back. You guys tell me who's the 40 or a 39. Drum roll, please, Ree. Whoever's been watching the numbers, you guys tell me, please, who our winner is. Joey had a 39, okay? Joey, you're doing good, man. Joey had a winner last week, so good job. Kim, don't you be upset. You'll win something soon. Don't you worry. We have a winner. Joey looks like he's the 39. Okay. All right. And guess what? Seaborg had a 40? And Will had a 40? Okay. Will and Seaborg. You guys, I want to know. Jungle's the boss. Jungle, who's the winner? Jungle, who's our winner? I think it's Seaborg and Will. But I'll let you guys tell me. Glenn, nope. We've got to have, Jungle will tell us. Jungle's the boss of this giveaway. While Jungle's working on that, I would like to ask, gosh, you guys, let me just say some names here. This is a beautiful morning, man. What a beautiful morning. We have Brutal and Ree and Glenn and Brandy and Pilarf and Seaborg and Joey and That Man and Vibrance and Renee Duncan. Hi, Renee. And Ariel and Louie and Arcadian and V. Duncan and Richard and Mushy Pop and Corey and Canadian Anon and Jason Grayson and Glenn and Jungle Monkey. And look at all these people we have here this morning. And Help Grow and Grip and Twist and Vibrance. And of course, Salty and Will and Bradley, I think we mentioned. And gosh darn it. And Tehete, TJ. I'm just going to call you TJ. Good morning, TJ. Man, it's cool to see you. See, Voodoo Child and V Project. Yeah, guys, speak up if you're in here. Good. Man, what a good morning. Okay, did you, Salty, excuse me, I know, everyone does that, right? To your name? I'm sorry, TJ. I'm just have to stick with that one. Have we figured out yet, Jungle, who's your winner? 46 beautiful people here. It's the biggest morning so far, Will. I'm going to cut you guys in about 3 minutes so I don't overrun you. But I believe Will said 41st, but I'm going to meet anybody that said 40. All the 40s are winners. Jungle, you are so good at running this. Thank you, man. We have 40. Okay. He's looking for a little confirmation. I know there's, Ree says, Seaborg and Will. Those are our winners. Good enough. You guys both, please. Jungle, thanks for doing that. And Ree, thanks for helping. Seaborg and Will, please DM me, Pop Shrooms 2 over on IG, your addresses, and boop, off we go. So, readers for tomorrow morning. 2. May I have 2 volunteers? May I have 2 volunteers? Or would you prefer Pops assigning? Which would we like? I'm open to volunteers. Okay, I'll give it a couple more minutes for a couple more seconds. If I don't have a volunteer, of course, I will assign. And in the meantime, remember tonight that we're having our Radical Mycology reading at 9 p.m. Hella's good. Hella, oh, good. Thank you, Hella. I got you. Give me one more reading for tomorrow. And Richard. Hella and Richard. Those are our 2 readers for tomorrow. Gosh, thank you, too. I'm really excited, looking forward to what you guys bring us. Not pressure either. It's not about trying to be great at it. It's just Something that's wonderful and feels good. Okay? Oh, and this afternoon's Visit Live. Yes, John. Yes, thanks for reminding me. So, busy day. Mushy Pop's going to be here at, we'll go live at 3 Eastern Standard Time, and then 9 Eastern Standard Time for our readings. For our Radical Mycology read. Guys, I've had a wonderful morning. I didn't even know it was going to be this wonderful. I did not know it was going to be this great of a morning, and it has been. The readings were fantastic. The energy of this group is off the chain. We're real. We mean what we're doing here. Okay? We really are. We'll have a ball. We make sure we have fun. But we're pretty darn serious about this get up and get after our lives day. Right? We're pretty darn serious. We make our beds. We have a ball. We have a cup of tea. And then we attack. Right? And I'm not kidding. We get after it. We're strong. We're big. We're winners. We dress in white when we have to. And we go get our day. And on some of you, man, it really blessed me. I hear from you, DM here or there. This tea is helping. You know what, you guys? There's 5 or 6 of us in this group right here that would not have gotten up this morning if it weren't because of all of us being here. We are grabbing people and pulling them up and shaking them up a little bit and pushing them out the door. And man, they're going, okay, this feels good. I'm glad we're doing it. Thanks, man. And it's this whole group making sure that happens. Make a bed. Iron a shirt. Have a cup of tea. You go win. You're all winners. And I mean that. I'm not trying to kiss any asses here. You wouldn't be here if you weren't trying to win today. Okay? Pops. Peace. I don't want to go, but I got work to do. We got all kinds of stuff, and I'll see you at 3, and I'll see you at 9. So, Pops, peace. Go win. I love you guys. Great stuff today. Pops, peace. Get to work, John. See you guys. I wish I could read all these things. You guys have a great day. Thanks for being here, and thanks for talking to each other. I'll see you guys here tomorrow, 3/9. Pops, peace. Out.